Hello, it's Matt and welcome to Collaboration Coach. In this video, I'm going to talk about working with OneNote notebooks. I get a lot of questions on the channel about how to find, rename and delete them, and it can be confusing because there are a couple of different versions of OneNote and they sometimes do the same task slightly differently. So this time I'm going to share some tips on how to manage your notebooks, whatever version you're using. And we'll look at how to share notebooks and stop sharing them, how to use the OneNote feed, restore old versions, and much more. So this is my first tip for those of you using OneNote at work or school, and you want to find out where your notebook is stored. Here's one simple way of doing it using the browser version of OneNote. Open a browser and go to office.com. I hit the waffle button in the top left corner and choose OneNote. And I'll land on the OneNote homepage and see a list of notebooks. Now I can filter this list by My Notebooks, and you can see the name there, and if you click on it, it's going to open the notebook, but below the name is a link to the location. You can also right click the notebook and choose Open File Location. That will take you to the folder that the notebook lives in. In this case, you can see that the notebook is in the Notebooks folder in My OneDrive. And you can see that in the breadcrumbs at the top here. And once you have the file, you can manage it like a normal file by moving, copying and renaming. The next tip is for finding sections from your notebooks. So if you're storing them in the Microsoft Cloud for work or school, you can find the sections of your notebooks using Microsoft Search. They just appear like normal files in Search. To do that, open up a browser and go to office.com. Type the name of the notebook section in the search bar. That will bring back all the files you have access to that include that keyword. You can filter that list by file type by choosing the drop down here and then choosing OneNote and then apply. Now your search results are just the OneNote sections you have access to. If you don't know the name of the section, you could just go to the search box and type .1. And that will bring back all the sections that you have stored in Microsoft 365. If you ever want to see who has access to your notebook, you can easily check. And in this next tip, I'm going to show you how. And this works the same way from any version of OneNote that you're using. Just go to the Share button in the top right corner and choose Manage Access. The Manage Access window shows you all the people that have access to the notebook. There are links that give access, and there is direct access. For example, I've given Amrit direct access to this notebook, and if I want to remove that, I just go to the drop down next to his name and choose Stop Sharing. And if you've given people specific access to a notebook with a link, you can find it here too. So for example, if I wanted to stop Polly from using it, I just expand this list and then press the X next to her name. And finally, if I want to stop all access, I just choose the Stop Sharing link. And when I do that, all links and direct access are removed and only I can open the notebook. Here's a tip that's handy if you want to share notes between OneNote and Outlook. You can use the OneNote feed to pass content between these apps. This works in all versions of OneNote. You just open up the feed panel by choosing the feed button. Once you see the feed on the right hand side, you can drag content from your page into a note. Now that note is synced on the feed. Then you can open up the feed in Outlook by choosing the feed button here. It opens up on the right hand side and you can drag that content from the note into an email message. This tip is for those of you using OneNote that comes with Office. In this version, you'll often find that the list of pages is down the right hand side. And if you're like me, you may prefer to have them on the left, so it looks more like the Windows 10 version of OneNote. To move the page list to the left hand side, just go to File, Options and Display, and then check the box that says Page tabs appear on the left. Here's another tip for OneNote that comes with Office. Say you've deleted some content from a page and you want to get it back. You can restore an old version of the page. Just find the page in the list and right click it, choose Show Page Versions and they'll appear in a list below the published page. You can right-click the one that you want to restore and choose Restore Version. It will become the published page and you'll get a new version added to the list. And by the way, you can't do this with the Windows 10 version of OneNote. This tip is for those of you that want to share a notebook in Microsoft Teams. You can add your own notebooks to channels and share them there. If it's your own notebook, just make sure that you've shared it with the team before you add it. So in this example, I want to add my project notebook to the general channel in the finance team. So in OneNote, I'm going to share it with the finance group. Then in Teams, I open the general channel in the finance team. I choose the plus, I type OneNote in the search box, and then I find the project notebook from my list. Then I press save and the notebook is added as a tab to the channel. Now we can work together inside the notebook and you can bring the channel chat alongside it to talk while you do. This tip helps you add your meeting details in your Outlook calendar into OneNote. This works on all versions of OneNote. In OneNote, go to the Home tab, or if you're using OneNote for Windows 10, go to the Insert tab on the ribbon. Choose Meeting Details, and this will show you a list of all the meetings you have that day. Select the meeting from the list and it will add all the details onto your OneNote page. So this is great for taking meeting notes. And finally, did you know that you can add and watch YouTube videos straight out of a OneNote page? Grab the address from your favorite YouTube video, paste it straight into the page, and the video is ready to watch. Okay, so there are your top 10 OneNote tips. If you enjoyed this video, then please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.